Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and this is No More Water. Fire next time. I'm streaming on a different page. This time I normally don't stream on my regular Facebook page, but I was having trouble seeing the live on the other one. It would come on, end up live, but I couldn't see it while it was live. And I'm also on YouTube, City of Champions Television on YouTube. I have a topic today about the Grinches who want to stop us from celebrating every holiday. I'm talking about the black Grinches. I have them all the time saying, why would you celebrate that holiday? That's a white man's holiday. It's easy if you want it to be. They were the one that was needed liberation from the British. That was their Independence Day. True. But when have you heard black people say Independence Day? We say 4th of July. I remember a time when black people didn't say Memorial Day. They used to say the 30th of May. 'Cause that's when Memorial Day used to fall on the 30th of May, no matter what day it was on. It could have been on a Thursday. It was celebrated on the 30th of May. And then they decided to change many of the holidays to that Monday. So there would be a 3-day weekend instead of separating it during the week. Then you have to stop one day, then come back. So they wanted to make it a 3-day holiday. That's why many holidays are celebrated on that following or previous Monday. But we can't sit back and just be like we can have fun because we don't have many of our own holidays. Because the ones we do have, you won't celebrate. You celebrate the white man's holiday or the Hispanic holidays. We have no trouble with black people celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Matter of fact, there's more black people at Cinco de Mayo than at Juneteenth. We have no problem with black people celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Warren Green, I know they made us do that in school. I think a lot of us got used to it from school where they made you wear green. If you didn't wear green, you got pinched. Remember that? They get angry. You're celebrating Halloween. That's the devil's holiday. Why would a church let their kids celebrate Halloween? No, they're not celebrating no evil spirits or demons. They're celebrating them where the kids can have fun in it. Because I know church I met on Sunday morning, New Shining Light in Venice, Illinois. Bishop John H. Williams, pastor, Lady Linda Williams, first lady, and Pastor and Shalonda Williams, Mr. Youth Pastor. As a matter of fact, you can come by there at 11 o'clock. Also, my brother's church at 43rd and Converse in Cahokia Heights, Illinois, Elder Roger Allen, pastor. But if you see those kids, they dress up in their nice uniforms at a trunk or treat. And if you think you're there worshiping evil spirits of the devil, you come by there that previous Sunday. They'll show you who they worship. Okay? It's all about the children dressing up, having fun. Things can be explained to them later. Just like Christmas. You go, they tell the children about Santa Claus. Or you tell them about that fat white man bringing stuff down the chimney. No, that's not what they're doing. You know what happens during Christmas? Those children know anyway. But what happens is they'll let the children celebrate and then explain it to them later. Besides, the children know anyway. They'll come downstairs. Daddy, you gonna finish setting up my bike for Santa Claus? So don't let people stop you from celebrating holidays. They say, well, it's the white man commercializes it so he can make money. Well, he gonna make money off of everything you do. They're running this society. You're not worried about him making money when you go buy liquor. And when you buy cigarettes, you're not worried about him making money then. So you pick and choose the white man stuff he can make money off of. You pick and choose which one the white man's holiday we can celebrate. I never hear black people say Independence Day. They say 4th of July. And if they want to say Independence Day, that's their business. See, I know where it comes from. A lot of you are hotep, those are you woke Afrocentric people. You say you love black people, but you're against everything we do. If a person disagrees with you, you call them names. Those are supposed to be the people you love. You're so caught up. You're like black people are supposed to sit around in a corner. Oh, woe is me. I'm tired of this white man doing this and that to me. But the thing about it, you want to do that, you do that. The rest of us are going to celebrate. Black people take these holidays just for festivity, have fun with friends and family. Not because we're worried about the independence from the British. You ask the average black person, what is Independence Day? They couldn't tell you. All they know they're going to get some barbecue and be at a party. And I don't blame them. You ask most of them, what is Juneteenth? They couldn't tell you. Because more of you had Cinco de Mayo than you had Juneteenth. And those people don't care nothing about you. Now, that was your Independence Day. If you're so much against 4th of July or Independence Day, why don't you come out to Juneteenth? Because Community Development Sustainable Solutions, I don't have it pulled up right now, but on my next telecast, I'm going to put it out there for you. They have a Juneteenth celebration coming up. I'm going to have a commercial about the essay contest coming up. So do I have it programmed? Oh, I got to program it back in. On my next telecast tomorrow, I'm going to have the CDSS Juneteenth information. Well, the pageant, the Juneteenth has passed, the Juneteenth pageant. So I'm going to run the essay again. But, you don't come out to celebrate your Juneteenth, but you want to cry about the 4th of July. Come out and celebrate Juneteenth. The Community Development and Sustainable Solutions is going to have another Juneteenth celebration next year, and we're going to put that out there for you. And all you crying about Independence Day, come to our Independence Day. Come to the pageant, the Juneteenth pageant that CDSS is having. Then you don't. Then if you want to cry, you can cry then. So let's start promote helping our own before we start crying about something someone else is celebrating. We don't celebrate these holidays. We celebrate. We just want to have some fun. Okay, you you say don't participate in anything that they do, anything that they say. But if we don't, what are we gonna do? We don't have nothing. Let's say we don't celebrate our own. They come to me that y'all the more hotel, Afrocentric people, and they show more hatred towards their people than anyone. Look at Umar Johnson. All he do is tell black people about what we're doing wrong. We're not gonna be 100%. No one is is without fault. No one is 100%. We all, I mean, it's like if black people don't do everything perfect, we deserve anything people do to us. And I told you this before. I mean, we deserve whatever they do to us because we don't do perfect. You take people like Candace Owens, Lee Elder, they make a living pointing out black people's flaws. And we're supposed to be the inferior people. Why are we expected to be perfect and not do anything wrong? They say any time we mention slavery, well, black people own slaves, so what? Well, black people, and they sold black people in Africa, so what? Let's break that down. Okay, you say black people owned slaves. Maybe a few did, but what people you know who've been through genocide or any type of atrocities, that some of their people didn't play a role in it. They were collaborators. That's with all people. Like again, we got to be perfect, or we deserve whatever we get. Okay, I mentioned this before on another telecast. The Jews, they talk about the Holocaust. But do you know that there were Jewish Nazis? As a matter of fact, there was close to between 280 and 300,000 Jews in the Nazi army, helping to kill their people, taking them to the ovens to be gassed. But when people mention the Holocaust, do they mention what Jews kill Jews? So that means the Holocaust is okay. They only do that. We only do that to us, and we do it too. We say it too. They say the Africans sold their people into slavery. No, they didn't. See, here in this nation, we only know about race. We judge ourselves by race. In other parts of the world, they go by nationality and ethnicity. Africa is a continent. It's not one united place. They have wars against each other. They were fighting against each other. And most of the slaves that they have sold, they really came here with those who lived in the bush. Not those who lived in the cities. Africa has cities just like every other nation, but they took the people from the bush mostly, and people was rounding up people who were not of their nationality or ethnicity, and they were who they were fighting wars against, and they sold them into slavery. They weren't their people. Just like when Hitler went into Germany, he killed Europeans, white people, just like him. But they know that those people weren't his people. His people were Germans. You only put that mess on us. We gotta be perfect. We gotta celebrate holidays perfect or don't celebrate. Like we don't even try to be perfect because you're not gonna be. We gotta live in this world and have fun and enjoy ourselves just like everyone else. People always say take lemons and make lemonade. That's what we're doing with these holidays. The only real holidays that we have that's already lemonade for us that we made is Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Day. And another thing about Martin Luther King, yeah, we celebrate him now. Oh, Martin Luther King was a great man. Oh, I have a dream and all of that. But do you know that when Martin Luther King was alive, black people, the majority of black people didn't like him? His approval rating was lower than Trump's. Many of the preachers wouldn't allow him to preach in their church. And black people see him on TV. Oh, they'll go to old King again. Why don't he lead them white folks alone? He gonna make black folks get fired. You didn't like King like that. Now he's a great man. That he's dead and got a holiday. So you gonna stop celebrating his day? And look, they're gonna They say they're commercializing King Day. Any holiday in this nation is gonna be commercialized. Look, if you want King Day to be a national holiday, anything this government is involved in is gonna be commercialized just like any other holiday. They commercialize any other holiday, they're gonna commercialize King Day. If you don't like it, you shouldn't try to get it to be a national holiday. They're gonna commercialize Juneteenth sooner or later. If it's a national holiday, they're gonna commercialize. But why worry about that? You don't worry about them making money all the other time you buying your liquor and cigarettes and everything. They make money off everything you do. So if you stop everything they make money off of, you won't be doing anything. Like I came on early today. Usually I come on around 9 o'clock. And I usually don't come on this page, but I was having trouble. Like I said, with my other page, I have it back up tonight. Tomorrow, and I'm also on YouTube also. But yeah, let's celebrate. You want to celebrate today? Celebrate. That's what I'm gonna get ready to go do. But I'm really not celebrating. I'm just gonna be with family and have fun. That's what most people are doing. Watch the fireworks. If you want to sit at home reading Afrocentric stuff, go ahead. But you're gonna hear the fireworks popping all around you. Yeah, we're gonna be popping it all around you while you're in your book. Yeah, we need to enjoy our lives just as everyone else does. We have to. Why do we have to try to dissect everything before we do it? What's the reason of it and all of that? You may have time for that, but I don't. I can't celebrate a holiday until I research it. I don't care what it was for. You don't care what the other folks' holidays are for. You don't know what St. Patrick's Day is for. You just celebrate it. Oh, talking about he ran all the snakes out of the island. But you know what that really was? He ran all the black people out of Ireland. Those are the snakes that they were talking about. But you celebrate that. You know how they pinch you in school if you didn't have green on? I didn't hear any complaints about that. Do we have to be perfect? Or we deserve everything we get? I'm not going to even try to be because I know I'm not going to get there. Just do the best. Just do things the best we can. Try to live the best we can. If we want to celebrate some holidays, we can celebrate them just like everyone else can. We may not celebrate for the reasons that they do. Because I tell you this, you people who say you're not going to celebrate anything, I bet when you get that day off, you didn't say, no, I want to stay here and work. I want to come in that day. You took that day off. Quit trying to be perfect because you're not going to make it. You're just going to be around here stressing yourself out for no reason. While you're stressing, everyone else is eating, popping fireworks, enjoying their family and friends. While you sitting there stressing out, Mom, you sitting here shouting, this white man holiday. They say the same thing about Thanksgiving. Oh, they killed the Indians and all that stuff. You know, we don't have nothing to do with all that. We give thanks for our family and friends, baby, health. You sit down and eat and have fun with them. All the history of it, but no one's sitting down going to try. I knew the history of it. I know the history of all of them. Because what I do is my job to know it. But I'm going to still celebrate. Yeah, and the children, why you want all the other children having fun? And you're sitting around um, looking at the others have fun, wishing they could. We always worry about the white man getting our money when it's something that we can enjoy as a people together. But we don't worry about them getting our money on anything else. You don't worry about them Arabs getting your money, those Koreans getting your money. But yet, anytime it's time for us to enjoy ourselves, now you worry about who getting our money. I don't care who getting it, because you got to spend some money anyway. But if a black man was doing it, a black woman was doing it, you're not going to give them your money anyway. You go across the street and give it to the other people. Then, now today, you worry about, on holidays, you worry about who getting the money. Same people who worry about not spending their money with black people anyway. Stop this hypocritical talking and just enjoy your life. Quit making your life so complicated that you can't enjoy it. Because I'm not going to make mine, and you're not going to make my life complicated. You enjoy your life. Don't worry about what these people say and think. Oh, the Halloween, the devil's holiday. If one day of getting candy make your children a devil, now I think they were a devil before that day. All they know, they just dressed up having fun like they see on the cartoons and getting them some candy. If that one day gonna make you or them a devil, you was a devil long before that day. I mean, and Easter making you a saint because you leave on you don't come to church, but on Easter leave the same way you came. So church didn't change you that for that one day. How's Halloween gonna change someone for that one day? I had a hotel people come to me, oh, yeah, Thanksgiving, you supposed to give thanks all year long. We do. But we just come and do it collectively on that day. Your mother, your Father's Day, Mother and Father's Day. I love my mother all year round. We all do. But we just come together collectively and acknowledge them. Same with Father's Day. It's just like your birthday. Don't you enjoy your life all year long? But yet you still come, you celebrate your birthday another day around the sun. You celebrate it. So let's stop trying to break down every little thing about us. We got to break down every little thing instead of just enjoying life. Because I'm not going to allow anyone to do it to me. I'm going to enjoy life. And if you want to break down every holiday, every move we make, you can do that because you do it on with the wrong things. These issues are not that important. When it comes to the important issues, you don't want to hear it. When I try to tell people about not voting for Trump, a lot of you treat it like it's a joke or something. Oh, Trump gonna do this, he gonna do that, and like it was a big joke. Now he's doing it. And this bill that just passed, and Medicaid, I'm sure many of you have some seniors in your family. They may have a problem with that unless the state picks it up because we live here in Illinois. We live in a blue state. They got money. The red state, you MAGA folks, you're in trouble. Oh man, a gnat flying around here every time I turn these lights on. But the blue states funds the red states. California, Illinois, New York, we got money. You MAGA states, you're in trouble. The farmers crying. Remember I said, did the show, I said what the farmers going to say for black people to come and pick their fruit before it even came out. A few days later, we want black people to come pick our fruit. Like, black people are the next low class people you could think of. Black people going like we next on the N word ladder. Why don't you ask white folks to come pick your fruit? Or people come pick your fruit. What makes you think black folks gonna come do it? You fooled yourself. You thought you stopped DEI and affirmative action, black people's gonna lose all their jobs and come pick fruit. But we weren't benefiting from that anyway. This stuff barely phasing us. It's white folks who's losing. That's why they're out in the streets crying and we're not. They're gonna put some out. The Latinos say, where's the black folks at? They're not helping us. They're coming after you next. When they get done with us, they're coming after you. Where has he been? They've been after you for 5 months. They've been after us for over 500 years. What you're going through, we've been through it many times. We've become built for this. We didn't cry like a little, I can't say that word on the air. We didn't cry like a little bee, you know what, like you doing. We didn't even ask anyone to come help us. They came and helped us, and we appreciate it. But we didn't ask anyone to come help us. We dealt with it on our own for over 500 years. You doing it for 5 months. You going through it for 5 months, and now you crying, asking us to come help you. Where was you when we needed your help? See, where was you? You was busy calling us the N-word just like they were. People of color haven't been our allies. I lived in LA for a long time. You people hated us. And still do. You just need some help. Well, wait on it. You farmers. I know what you did to the black farmers. See, black farmers are doing just fine. You know why? They never got government subsidies. They learned how to sell to local markets and doing just fine. You didn't see they weren't allowed in the global economy like you were. So now they're doing fine. You're losing your farms because I'm gonna tell you what you did with doing that. You got those loans. You white farmers got COVID loans and the black farmers didn't. The black farmers sued and won. And here's what don't make sense to me. You sued because you wanted part of their money, the black farmers' money, but they didn't get a part of yours. So they canceled the loan. Now this don't make sense. If you sue me, if you sue someone and you win, and someone else wants some of the money, they just gonna drop the suit and don't give you your money. I never heard of that before. That's why you white farmers, maybe when you lose your farms, the black farmers can buy them. I don't have no pity for you as far as I'm concerned, because of what you did to those black farmers. You can lose your farm, you can lose your house, you can lose your wife or husband, you can lose your land, finish burning up your crops, and you can lose your dog too, or your cat. And the black farmers can come and buy it. I don't have no compassion for you, and I don't have no pity for you. See, I'm not that type. I'm not the one. You mess over my people, I don't have no compassion for you. That's been black people's problem. People could do anything to us, and then we feel sorry for them. We're not gonna do to them what they did to us. No, I'm gonna do worse. I'm not Michelle Obama. When they go high, when they go low, we go high. No, you go low, I'm gonna go lower and cut you off at the knees. We need to stop this mess letting people walk over us, and we keep taking it. We're gonna be the bigger person. You know what the bigger person is? A person who keep letting people mess over you, and you keep on taking it and treating them nice, and they keep doing it anyway. I'm just a little person. I'm pretty like that. I go tit for tat. I don't go for eye, tooth for tooth. I go 2 eyes for an eye, all your teeth for one tooth. So you got to hit people back with a greater force. And I'm gonna tell you, you people here in the town I'm in. I know people watching from all over. I'm in East St. Louis, Illinois. This is an all-black town. ICE has no business here. If you see and you know the history of white men coming in black neighborhoods with hoods on. So if something happened to ICE up in here, it ain't our fault. We don't know who those people are with hoods on. If you come up in here, I'm not being poured in no van. It might take me, but I'm taking some of you too, because that's what I'm telling y'all, you folks, CCW, get it. Get concealed before while you can, because even them not. You don't let nobody harm you. You're going to be tried by 12 and carried by 6. I know they're going to get angry at me like I'm promoting violence. No, I'm promoting protection. If a white man come up in a van in a black neighborhood, you all better deal with him. I don't even care if it's ICE. If I know it's ICE, I'm going to still deal with him. You have no business with no mask on. And see, the portion of the immigration enforcement, it's actually illegal for them to bother U.S. citizens. So if they're going to do something illegal to me, I'm going to have to deal with them, and you should too. Don't let those people come up in your neighborhood grabbing somebody. If they do, you need somebody to come and have to scoop them up. It's time out for playing. See, we sitting back chilling because no one's bothering us. You see, when people don't bother us, we don't bother nobody. They said, come and help us protest. I saw those protests on national TV. You know what they do when they would mention the disenfranchised people? You know what they said? They mentioned women. They mentioned Latinos, immigrants, the homosexuals, the people of color. They mentioned everyone but black people. Each time, not just one time, at different protests, no one mentioned black people. But yet, we mention everyone. I don't. You know what I'm talking about, black people. Now, black people stopped protesting after Ferguson, but people didn't even realize that. So I never protest because I go and live stream it or something, because I never protest because, well, like I said before, I don't believe in peaceful protests. Can't do violence to me, then tell me I got to be peaceful. So that's why I don't even get involved in it. But look, black people marched for months. I never seen anything like it before. Every night, and the outcome became the same. So black people stopped protesting after Ferguson. There was still a few came out. I was doing one with that. I think that Stockley murder, that policeman over in St. Louis. I I told you this before. I was at the stage. I found out there was like 600 people there. It's in downtown St. Louis. I got a net flying around here that I don't see them, so I turn the lights on. Um, the people on the stage were black. When I turned around to shoot the audience, I couldn't find a black person. White folks sort of took up Black Lives Matter for us. We appreciate it. But even though they took it up, we didn't ask no one to come. Like you Latinos crying like a little B, you know what. But we didn't ask no one to come. We appreciate it though. A matter of fact, white people are our allies against their own people more than people of color are. You all hate us probably more than white folks do. You haven't been our allies. You was coming out of neighborhoods to make some money. Maybe ICE could come get you, run up in your service stations and stores. Maybe we'll let them run up in there, but not in our neighborhoods. Go to the nail shop. Oh, I know you women don't want to hear that. You got to get you a black technician now. Then if they run up in that nail shop, you can black person can open up a beauty supply store, but we have to support them. So we can't just say open a black business. Then when they open it, you don't support them. Run up to Fairview Heights rather than come. Oh, I don't like their attitude. Them folks don't always have nice attitudes towards you, especially those Asians. Well, they prices is high. Stop going nuts stealing all their stuff. They can lower it. But the stores I've been into, the black store, their prices is not high. You're just looking for reasons not to support them. You'll go down the list. When that store moved on 25th Street, they was selling that old outdated stuff because I put it up. You always going there buying this stuff like it wasn't nothing. But don't say open it. Oh, black folks need to open business. And you know what, black folks? You don't always have to open your business in a black neighborhood. You don't see everybody else. You see other people open their businesses in our neighborhood, start opening them up and opening up some in their neighborhoods. Go try to find an Arab neighborhood, try to open a business there, see what happens. Then we can have something to throw back at them. Go in an Asian neighborhood, try to open a business. We have businesses in white neighborhoods. There are more black businesses in Fairview Heights and Belleville than there are in East St. Louis. And they're not all in black neighborhoods. They're right on the main drag too. And white people are supporting them more than you are. But you think people of color would support them? They coming to make money off of us and they can't stand us until they get in trouble. See, everyone want black people to come running when they get in trouble. I know I started off talking about the holiday, but there's just so much I can say about that. But look, they come after us every time they get in trouble. Do you know black people have saved this nation many times, but they don't talk about it? Let me go through the list. Did you know that black people saved Fox Network? They start putting up the show. You know when they put up shows like in Living Color and all, they didn't put it up because they love wanting black people like black shows so much. What they did, they knew that black people would watch that show as a voting block. You get 50 million black people. I'm not saying all 50 million gonna watch, but it's gonna be a large number and a block watching. And help build up Fox. Now they show number hatred towards black people. When they put on Martin and all that, that's what that was for. It boosted Fox. Now they putting out all those crazy movies on Tubi. You see all those crazy movies they have drug dealing and nothing good for black people, just a few good movies. And they're doing the same thing. Tubi is trying to corner the internet movie market. You know who owns Tubi? Fox. Same got it on Fox, on Tubi. He's putting it on us again. Want black people to bail them out. And another, Chrysler. You remember when Leon Chrysler, Chrysler went into bankruptcy? It was on the verge of bankruptcy again. Then people wonder why, Snoop Dogg was known for weed, smoking weed all the time. And Leon Coker did a commercial with Snoop, and they said, well, he used to do it with clean cut people. But Chrysler borrowed from Fox. When Chrysler cars wasn't selling much because the styling just wasn't very good. But then they came out with, when they had that new Chrysler 300 come out around 2004, 2005, that new 300 was supposed to mimic the Bentley, and everyone started buying it. The Dodge Charger and the Challenger and the Hellcat. You know who designed those cars? They went and got black men to start designing their cars. And that would put Chrysler back on the map. Mostly black people buy Dodge and Chrysler cars. A large percentage, I'll say that. The Ford Mustang. I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The Ford Mustang, they were running out of designs. Around that same period, remember when that new Mustang came out, kind of looked like the old one? They ran out of designers. You know what they did? They went and got a black woman. She designed the Ford Mustang. But you don't hear about that. That design you see on the Ford Mustang, a black woman designed that. So black people save stuff, and then you tell us to go to hell once we get done. Now the new Mustang got the black. That's not the black woman design. Cause it's not even a sports car anymore. 2005, it's a small SUV now. Well, her design saved the Mustang, and the black men design saved Chrysler. Period. But they come after us when they get in trouble. But all the other time, we're nothing. We've saved them many times. And many times keeping us out of stuff has helped us. See, this DEI, we didn't benefit much from it. I hadn't even heard of DEI until after this last election. Affirmative action, mostly white women benefit from that. They thought we were all going to get fired, but white people hired those black people because they wanted to hire them, not because of no affirmative action and DEI. See, they still count on white people to be as racist as they used to be, but white people are fooling them. They're not firing black people because of affirmative action ended. But what happened was black people get like 1% from affirmative action because it includes people of color, immigrants, and white women. White women benefit the most out of that 17%. I'm gonna tell you what Lyndon Johnson said. If you could teach the lowest white man that he's better than the best black man, you can pick his pockets and he'd never know it. So if you give him someone to look down on, he empty his pockets for you. And it happens with affirmative action. Okay. They put a black face on affirmative action. So people just looking at black people like it's only for black people. Now the black women are getting the majority of the 17% because there's more of them. So now the white male with everyone else in that 17%, he's now the minority. But no one's looking at how much he's getting. 83%. You can pick their pockets and they won't know it because they're so busy thinking about what black people are getting. And white, then he's not satisfied with that. He's getting stuff in his wife and daughter's name. Just greedy. But with her, what she's getting and what he's getting, affirmative action is for white people. Most everything in this nation benefits white people more than anyone, no matter how much they tell you. Same with DEI. White women was getting 78% of that. Black people was getting less than 1%. Asians and Hispanics was getting more than black people. And DEI wasn't the thing where they was giving you job. It's just saying when people you have to give other people a chance also. They're just as qualified as you. Nobody's saying grab somebody off the street and throw them in a job. I had a white friend of mine when they were talking about hiring more black policemen after George Floyd. Yeah, boy, they qualified. No matter how much they're your friend, they still come with some stuff. So when I said, "What do you mean are they qualified?" I asked him, I say, "How how are the what qualifies a person into being a policeman? Don't they go through the police academy?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Don't the black ones go through that too?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, or they come from another department after they've been through the police academy. They may work at another department and come over." Say, "Yeah." I said, "Don't isn't that the way the black ones do it?" He hesitated for a moment because he knew where I was going. He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you think they're just going hiring black people off the streets and throw a badge on them?" Say, if they go through the same process that the white ones go through, why are the white ones qualified and the black ones are not? You think black people are inferior, don't you? So that's why I say even when they're your friends, you gotta check them because it's always that prejudice in there, even though many people can be your friend. Black people get the same training, but are they qualified? But you know what? I don't think he even thought about that. They're so used to hearing stuff. He heard that from Bob Romantic and repeated it. That's what it was. That creep Bob Romantic. That's who you heard it from. But I know he's dead now, but he was a live creep. Now he's a dead creep. But look, they um they look at what we're getting and not what others are getting. And they could put a black face on it, people would be against it. We got jobs because the white people said we were qualified, but they thought we was getting it just because of affirmative action and DEI. Cause that's what the Trump regime thinks. They know very little about black people. Trump gonna say they're taking the black jobs. Those Hispanics not taking our job. We're not getting out there picking that fruit in the hot sun. What they want is their slaves back. That's what they want. They're not taking our jobs. We're not getting out there. I told you that. You thought we'd get fired off all our good jobs and have to pick fruit and peaches and let it rot. So yeah, we're not going to go back to where we came from. They don't want to go back. See, after slavery, it was meant for black people to keep those same type of jobs that they were doing when they were slavery. That's why they tried to ruin every economic uh, um, progress of black people because they want you to stay on those slave jobs. And then when black people say benefiting economically, they came with hoods and burning down their neighborhoods. That's what I say about the hoods. I don't care if they don't have own hoods. They don't have no business coming in our neighborhood snatching no one in a van. I don't care if they have on hoods. What you do, you lay them 10 toes up, let them take off. See, they want to wear hoods, take the hoods off, their clothes off, let them lay out there butt naked in the sun, burn them up. We don't have time to keep playing with people because we don't bother nobody. You see, right now, no one's bothering us. Who are we bothering? They're angry because we're chilling. They're on Facebook trying to support it. You saw how they doing the tornado in St. Louis. They all on social media clowning black people over a tornado. They troll us because that's all they can do. They're becoming irrelevant. No one cares about them anymore. People in decline. When people in decline, they behave that way. They behave that way. But we're not worrying about anyone. Just leave us alone and don't try to physically attack us or hurt us. And we're gonna take as many down with us as we can. We don't have time to play no more. See, black folks don't like to talk like this. That old peace stuff, that's out. We be peaceful when you let us be peaceful. But we can't keep letting people hurt us and get away with it. We can't keep doing that. I'm talking about violently hurt us. See, we can't have people coming. You don't have people come. I come to you and I smack you around. It was time for you to smack me back. Tell you, you can voice your concern. Just voice your concerns, but do it peacefully. Would you go for that? You want to get your smack and your licks in first, then we can talk. Maybe. That's what I would want to do. You hit me, I hit you back. Then you want to talk? Maybe we can talk then. Not until I get my not my lick, but my licks in. If you hit me one time, I hit you 5 or 10. That's what you have to do it. To let people know leave you alone. You respond with a greater force. I don't promote violence, but protecting yourself is not violence. People who come after you is violent. Like in New Lenox, Ohio. Oh man, I've been talking this long. I meant to come on for just 15 minutes. But I had more. But talking about the holiday, it's just so much I can say about that. When those people came up with the mask on Pascal Literature, the woman, those black people ran them out of there. The police tried to protect them towards their constitutional right. If that's the case, you know that Klansmen and neo-Nazis are a terror group for black people. You know the history of it. If this their constitutional right to march in black neighborhoods with masks on, why come a black man can't just walk normally in a white neighborhood? Why come he can't just walk normally without being harassed by the police? Isn't that his constitutional right? Then the reporters, you know how they ask when they get those white people on, they ask them baby questions. Go ask the woman why you wearing a mask. See, the black people still put on body armor. They had the weapons, had the same outfit those people had on. And the woman had a mask on. The black woman, she had a mask on. It's black men and women. They see we got to work together. All this old separating by gender, black people, we need to cut that out. We have to work. Black men and women have to work together as black people. Now there's no black women this and black men that. We have to work together. Because when they come after us, they're not going to come after us separately. But look, she tried to explain to them, and I was thinking to myself, she shouldn't explain a damn thing to them. Because when they're talking to these Klansmen and all them, they don't ask them why you got a mask on. They don't ask the neo-Nazis, why do you have a mask on? They don't ask ICE, why do you have a mask on? But they save those type of questions for us. We're not the cause of this. That's the people who causes it. Why they have a mask on. Or who caused racial problems. Go ask them to stop it. I was watching on Fox. They was talking to Stephen King. I think that's his name. But I didn't like the answers he was giving. Start telling. We try to get over those nice, let's all get along answers. No, that don't work. That don't work. He's sitting there saying, then he asked Stephen, he was talking about affirmative action, but Stephen King didn't go through the numbers like I did. He asked, he said, well, affirmative action and all these different programs, when are we going to end it? Why would you ask a black person that? Black people didn't start affirmative action. Black people didn't start DEI or none of these programs. The question should be is, why was it needed in the first place? Ask me that. That's what I tell them. Say, well, why was it needed in the first place? And the reason why we had to have it. And then it'll end. You haven't ended the reason. But see, to ask a black person, they ask black people about racism. I seen on another show. When are we going, when are discrimination going to stop? How you gonna ask the victim? You know what? I gave this scenario on the other channel. It's like somebody standing over you, stabbing you. Then throw you a towel to wipe the blood off, called a towel called affirmative action to wipe some of the blood off, but still stabbing you. Throw you another towel called DEI to wipe some blood off, but still stabbing you. Then ask you, when are we gonna stop all this? Like you're supposed to have the answer. The person who's causing it. Stop it. You don't ask the victim, when are we gonna stop this? If somebody you standing there shooting somebody, and then ask you, when we gonna ask the person you shooting, when are we gonna stop all this shooting? But they bring that to these black people need to stop getting on these shows, trying to placate to these folks, trying to give the nice, sweet, the nice, gentle answers, and tell them how it is. They ask them about black crimes and all that. But let me tell you about black crime. I'm getting ready to go soon because I got to go be with my people. We can have some fun. But that's why I came on earlier today. Usually I come on at 9:30 on my and not on this page. But according to the FBI statistics, it's been about 4 years old. And me, I'm about to look at the new one. It comes out like every 5 years. Crime in black areas. The serious crime among black people are committed by less than 2% of the people, and they're usually repeat offenders between the ages of 14 and 22. Well, by that time, by the 22, they either been got locked up, got killed, or got jobs, or learned some sense. But they make it seem like as though crime is all around black areas. Usually it's in pockets. There are certain areas here right here in East St. Louis, virtually crime free. I remember when I was a little kid, we moved on Cleveland Avenue. We lived there for about 5 years and didn't even have a lock on our door. Crimes in pockets among black people and with a certain demographic age group. And if you notice, when black people have jobs, black people with jobs rarely commit crime. It's gonna be some, like with anybody. I'm talking about the statistics is low with black people who have jobs. So that shows that it's not because they're racially inherent to commit crime, it's because of economics. Gotta keep fanning these little gnats away. They come when I turn the light on. I don't even see them until I turn them on. But yeah, it has to do with the economics. There are black communities you can go into as virtually crime free, but you never see those on TV, do you? That's like I said in East St. Louis. I can take you in some neighborhoods. They'll tell you they don't have any problems with crime because black people only commit crime in certain demographics. But you know what? Others don't. In other races, they commit crime in all age groups, and they can be working and have jobs doing fine and still commit silly, violent crimes. Look at the people January 6th. Old grandparents need to be at home bouncing their grandkids on their knee. White men in gangs, long gray beard, riding a motorcycle in a gang. Black men have motorcycle clubs. White men have motorcycle gangs. But black man with I'm beginning to see more black women riding motorcycles, which is good. We know we let our women do stuff, and we don't let them because we can't let them ride no motorcycle. But we embrace them when they want to do stuff like that. We didn't give them less money for the same work. We work along with our women because I used to know when I would be on jobs and a woman come work on the job, those white men would be angry to me. She can't be a lady or she wouldn't be on a man's job. A man's job, that's the same way they say when black people get jobs, they took our job. Wasn't your job. We were happy to see the women come. They're angry. I didn't see the black women coming to work with black eyes, but I saw the white women coming to work with black eyes. We don't commit crimes when we work. In January 6th, one white woman came in on her private jet, come and break out windows and kill policemen, storm the Capitol. What black woman you know who can afford a private jet gonna come to town and do some mess like that? That wouldn't even come across her mind. What black state senator will go there and ransack the Capitol like that? A black policeman, a fireman. And let's look at these crime statistics again. I got some more news for you. You say black people have a high crime rate? No, we don't. Look at it. Look at it good. Read it good now. It didn't say black people commit more crimes. Black people have the higher arrest rate. Arrest don't mean you committed a crime. And you know what it also says? Black people, the majority of black people who are arrested are exonerated. When you look at the stats and see the arrest rate, it seems like black people committing the most crimes. Look at it, look it up. When I say stuff like this, I know what I'm talking about. Now, if I'm just speculating or giving my opinion, which I rarely do, I rarely speculate. If I give an opinion, it's open. If I do give my opinion, I have something to base my opinion off of. Speculation is just how you feel about it. You don't know. You don't have nothing to base it off of. But even my opinions, I have something I base it off. Maybe a historical, how things um, how things have for history or how things are repeated behavior. Sometimes you can base statistics off of that. Repeated behavior. But black people committing are getting arrested more and let go. Never charged. So let's look at charges and conviction, and you'll see that go down a whole lot. But in the same statistics, the white people are usually not exonerated because they did it. They don't arrest them just for the fun of it. They say there's not quotas. The police don't have quotas. But of course they're going to say that. But that's not true. And they know it's not true. Anytime they're going to, there used to be a time when they wanted to get their quota, they come in and set up roadblocks all around black people. Ride around the black areas. And I see people on there, all you talk about is race stuff all the time. Sure do. Quit committing race stuff and we don't have to talk about it. You want to stop? Like I said, stop what you're doing. I'm going to keep talking. Me and a whole lot of other people going to keep talking. They don't tell Fox that, but what they're talking that same stuff over and over again. Do you go tell the Ku Klux Klan, any of those groups, they keep talking that race stuff? I talk about whatever I want to. I don't have to talk about when I get with black people. I'm talking about this because this is a broad medium. Because this stuff I talk about here, I don't think about it when I get off of here. I go and live my life. But I'm still, when I see things going on, I come on here and say something about it. Because look, there's been a whole lot of propaganda put out about us that's not true. And these white people troll our social media posts just to say mean stuff about us. They don't know how ridiculous they sound because they're talking from that false propaganda that they were given. Do you know a lot of those fight videos are not even real? They can make them look real, but they're not. A lot of them not even made in this nation. They have because they know white people need someone to look down on to feel good about themselves. Oh, they love coming on that community. And you know what? I see, I see the videos of the white people fighting. They talk about the fight, but when it comes to the black people, they want to talk about your race. And see, they love looking at that. And have you noticed on those fights how somebody get hit in the face 20, 25 times? The face don't swell up, they don't bleed, they keep jumping up, coming back for more. Tell me, just think about yourself. Could you hit someone in the face 25 times? The eye don't swell up, the face don't swell up, they don't bleed, no teeth are never knocked out. That stuff's not real. It's put up, and the algorithms go to certain people, white people mostly. You see how many white people be on those posts trying to talk against black people, sounding foolish, but yet you put up a post of a black person doing something good, you don't see none of them on there. You do very few. They need someone to look down on. I better get out of here though. I'm gonna go and finish the day out. Have a nice time with family. My nephew invited me over to his house, so I'm gonna go over there, his new house, and go over there and be with them for a while. And I just hope most of you have a very good day, with your friends and family and that. Ah, Carmen. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? I see you. It's my friend Carmen. I'm not gonna say her last name. I don't know if she want me to say it or not. Yeah, I got a lot of good friends, and and I appreciate them. We cause see, people don't have to be friendly, and they don't have to be nice. So when they are, you have to appreciate that. And and a lot of people they don't like it when I say about my well, how you talk like that and you have white friends. Most of my white friends think like I do. And if they think I'm talking about them, then something's wrong with them if they by knowing me. Because see, your white friends wouldn't talk like that. They don't have to. They're people not in the situation that we're in. So they don't have to. We do. We have to start calling things out and looking out for each other. Like I said, we're not gonna make it alone. Because I saw the Congressional Black Caucus today talking about the bill. Let me say this before I go. They was talking about that bill, that big ugly trifling bill that of Trump's. All women. And they finally brought a man. That's men and women in the Congressional Black Caucus. And you all got to stop that gender divide. Stop it. When a woman leads something, she don't want to bring women in. Man bring both in. You all gonna have to cut that out. Cause we got to do this together. That's what turned a lot of men off during the presidential campaign. You treating it like a sister girl movement. You don't bring gender and race into a presidential election. Just let her talk about her qualification. She wasn't. You all treated like she was running for president of the Deltas or something. See, other folks not going for that, especially white men and men of other races. Black men may put up with it. Because most of us, white women say they like black men because most of them like raised by women and they're more attentive to women because you just like the women talking about, oh, we get abused. But you don't never say how you hit him first, how you jumped up in his face first. Don't no man want to hit no woman. But we got to do this together and cut this mess out because I tell you, I saw one of those movements on television. Remember I said the white people didn't mention black people when they talk about disenfranchised people? There was one with the black woman on there talking. You know what she said? I'm speaking up for women um, people of color, the homosexuals, you know how they go down the list, the immigrants, and she left black men completely. The black woman, the way she stated it, she left black men completely out. And you know a black man wouldn't have done that. He said black people. They ruined the vote, trying to do it on the internet. When black men were getting out the vote, you do it on the precinct level. They use CORE, Urban League, NAACP. You go through those organizations, you got to do some footwork. Obama people did footwork. And when they say black men, a lot of them are talking about voting for Trump. But the man in the regime, head leader of the regime, I hate saying his name, the leader of the regime, I would look at Kamala Harris rallies. It wasn't her, because she didn't do that. It was the people around her and the people on social media now. But what in the backdrop, you see everyone but a black man. They say there was plenty of black men in the audience, but there was none sitting behind her. Yeah, white men, Hispanic men, black women, white, all people except black men. I didn't see black men behind her at any of her rallies. Maybe some of you all did, but for me not to see any myself, and I saw plenty of them, it couldn't have been too many times. I would have seen them also. Someone should have said we have to put some black men back there, because Trump was, but the leader of the regime, he was strategic in his, and he at least had him some paid stepping fetchers back there to show them off. You have to be strategic in this, and talking about your gender and race in a national election is not a good thing to do. Even though I believe the election was stolen from Kamala, though, I do believe that it was stolen from her. And now they're looking at the machines now, and they're coming up with some proof. Elon Musk with SpaceX had something to do, but that's what they're saying. I can't say you know because I don't know, but that's what many people are saying. But we'll see. But we're gonna go celebrate this holiday, and you who don't want to celebrate it, go kick rocks. Cause we're gonna do it, and that don't mean we'll sell out. We're doing it for our benefit and our reasons, like we've always done. You take off when they let you off for the President's Day. You don't care nothing about George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, but you take that day off, don't you? I know I would. You take it off because we are in this system. We live in this society. Things of this society and this system, we can't avoid all of it. We can't. We can't avoid a holiday because they're commercializing it and making money. Juneteenth is a national holiday. Trump stopped it from being. But many of the stores now see they're going to commercialize it sooner or later. Cinco de Mayo is not because it's not a national holiday. And that's bigger than Juneteenth because more of us go there than to our own. It was big this year, though. I saw in a lot of areas. But we have to celebrate our own. And next year with CDSS, we're gonna do it big, and we're gonna keep you informed of it. And we're gonna keep you informed on my telecast tomorrow night. I'm gonna have my Juneteenth commercial where I can play it for you when I take a break. I didn't take a break because I had to reprogram my commercials in. I had deleted some things and I had to download it from Google Drive. So I usually have one with the pageant, the Juneteenth pageant, the one that I've been running, and with the contest, because I usually run that on every one. But I have to re-download it also, so it'll be on there also. So enjoy this day. I want everyone to have a good time. Enjoy the day. You know, have fun, and you know, and be with your family and friends, and just have an enjoyable time. Enjoy the fireworks. We're not doing it for Independence Day. We just like to see it light up. I know I do. Yeah, but you know, just enjoy the day with our family and friends. And I want to thank you for tuning in. I didn't put up my Cash App or PayPal because I didn't want to do it on this broadcast. I don't do it on all of them. It's just certain ones I do. And because I want this show to start paying for itself. 'Cause I don't want five people to pay powerless to they say in church. Take from another show to put on this one. Right now it's not, but it'll get there. I thank you for tuning in, and be sure to tune in tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday? No, maybe Monday because well, it depends on what happens tomorrow. If there's some new events happen, some new things happen. If not, maybe Monday. Uh, I'll come back. Thank you for tuning in, and my name is Larry Duncan Allen. This is No More Water, Fire next time. So thank you for tuning in, and I'd have to say, have fun.